In the midst of the forest, a tale of love, resistance, and shadows. Sara was a daughter of the forest, raised in the mountains of Fuman. She learned traditional herbal medicine from her grandmother, and most nights she sat by candlelight writing in her journal. They say the country is burning, but I still dry my herbs, as if Tehran hasn't been set aflame. It was 1915. Russian forces occupied Rasht and Anzali. After the coup by Muhammad Ali Shah, the hope for a constitutional government had withered. Northern Iran was under foreign occupation. That was the first time she saw him, a wounded, weary man knocking on her cottage door. The man, tall and stern, bore a bleeding shoulder. He asked for one night of shelter. Sara tended to his wound. The next morning, she asked softly, "What's your name?" Mirza Kuchak. Later, she would learn this was Mirza Kuchak Jangeli, a cleric, a freedom fighter of the constitutional revolution, and now the leader of a rising rebellion in the forest of Gilan. He and his companion, Kasmai Fatehi Bignarbegi, had founded the Jungle movement to fight tyranny at home and invasion from abroad. From 1916 to 1918, war raged. Every time Mirza was wounded, he returned to Sara's hut. And among the bullets, the rumors, and betrayals, a silent love slowly bloomed between them. One rainy night, as they walked under the mystic canopy, Mirza whispered, "Sara, the path I've chosen has no return." Sara listened in silence. She knew he has a man who belonged more to the people than to her. But her heart could not let go. In 1920, Mirza and his forces formed a temporary alliance with the Bolsheviks in Anzali. On the surface, it was to drive out British and monarchist forces, but ideological tensions emerged quickly. Sara had misgiving from the start. "Nothing good comes from Russia," she said. Mirza replied, "Sometimes to defend your land you must make pact with devils, but keep your heart with God." Soon, the Soviet-backed Socialist Republic of Gilan was declared. It looked independent, but inside it was split. Mirza and his religious allies on one side, radical Bolsheviks on the other. By 1921, the Soviets abandoned the Gilan Republic. Reza Khan's Kazakh army advanced. Anzali fell. Rasht was besieged. The jungle movement collapsed. Mirza fled. The last time he saw Sara, he was wounded, broken, and haunted by shattered dreams. "I failed," he said. "My comrades are dead or traitors. Only you remained." Sara did not cry. "You may have lost," she whispered, "but you never surrendered." That night, he left and never returned. Months later, a shepherd found his frozen body in the mountains of Khalkhal, alone, beheaded, with a faint smile on his lips. Sara stayed in her hut till her last days. Every night she lit a candle and opened her journal. The final line she ever wrote. "Perhaps history will call him a hero, but I saw him only once truly human, when he looked into my eyes and said, 'I search for you in every fog.'" Autumn 2024. A young journalist named Nima ventured into Fuman to film a documentary on the forest. Not for politics or history, just nature. In a forgotten trail, he found ruins, a moss-covered cabin, shrouded in quiet. Inside, beneath broken planks, he discovered a rusted metal box. Inside, a leather-bound journal, a torn shawl, and an old photograph. A faded image of a man with a black turban and beard, and a woman with bright eyes beside a lantern. On the cover of the journal, for the one who came and never returned. Signed S.N. Nima spent nights reading the journal under phone light. Short, vivid entries. Herbal recipes for gunshot wounds. Descriptions of Mirza's quiet laughter. Fear of the Bolsheviks. Evenings when Mirza reads the Quran. A kiss before battle. And one repeated line. He always said, fighting tyranny isn't a sin, but maybe falling in love is. Nima became sure the woman was Sara. The man, beyond doubt, was Mirza Kuchak Khan. Nima decided to make the journal into a documentary, not just a history piece, but a story of hearts hidden in the folds of revolution. His first voiceover went viral. Millions reacted, commented, wept. Youth from Tehran to Tabriz wrote, "If only our love was revolutionary, not just digital." But authorities weren't pleased. They called it romantic defilement of a national icon. Nima was threatened. He didn't stop. One rainy night, Nima returned to the cabin, sat alone, opened the journal again, as if finishing something. The mist swallowed the trees. The wind whispered a familiar rhythm. He wrote one last note. "Sara, I came a century too late, but someone had to hear you, not just for love, but for the truth buried in fog." The next day, police found the cabin abandoned. Nima was gone. Only the open journal remained. Today, in a small museum in Mosul, that medal box, Sara's journal, and the photograph are on display. Above them, a simple sign reads, "He fought for the people, but his heart was left in the forest." And if you ever walk into the forest of Fuman on a misty night, they say you might still hear footsteps in the fog and a woman's whisper, "You're late, Ağa Mirza."